Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So the BBnaija lockdown reunion has begun, and I just want to focus on their highlights. They showed this highlight about what they'll be airing tomorrow, okay? And it had Dorothy screaming and yelling at Ozo, and I really don't understand what exactly Dorothy's problem is. Like, what is it? I am beginning to understand Dorothy is only frustrated because Ozo didn't propose to her or Ozo didn't show interest in her. But can you fault Ozo? You can't fault him, okay? Guys have the kind of girl they want. They all have the kind of girl they want. So if Ozo didn't show interest in Dorothy, it's all because Dorothy is not his spec, and Nengi happened to be his spec. So if Dorothy is saying, you come to me, you talk about this person and you go back and talk to her, like, Dorothy, you were his friend, for crying out loud. So if also comes to you seeking for advice about a girl he likes and how to go about things and how he's not understanding the way things are going and all that, what's so wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. Also did nothing wrong. Your only problem is that, Dorothy, you wanted to manipulate Ozo. Manipulate him in the sense that when he comes to you and speaks to you about his frustration concerning Nengi, the advice you give him, you expect him to act on it no matter what. But also, he's not a kid, he has a mind of his own. That's what you have to understand. He has a mind of his own. So when you advise someone, a grown-up, you don't expect the person to take your advice, just as you said. You don't expect that, because people have a mind of their own. You don't expect that. So if you advise Ozo and Ozo doesn't take your advice, what is this frustration you are just bringing out? Like, why are you frustrated that Ozo didn't act on your advice when you were telling him to forget about Nengi and that Nengi is playing a game and that Nengi will friend zone Ozo, blah 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 blah. Like, you said all that and he still went ahead for what he wants, and you just don't understand. So you see, what Dorothy needs to understand is that Ozo is not a kid. Ozo is a cool person, okay? So one might think you can just ride over him, like you can just manipulate him, and get him to do whatever you want. But that's not the case. Ozo is a very firm person, okay? And right now I'm beginning to think Dorothy is frustrated because she likes Ozo. Like, girls, you just have to understand. You know how it's like when a girl likes a guy. Like, it's like she likes Ozo and she was enjoying all the attention she was getting from Ozo at the beginning of the game, and when things turn around she just couldn't have it. But then Dorothy was the same person who went to Ozo, spoke to Ozo and told Ozo she's withdrawing, she doesn't like the whole triangle thing and all that. Also addressed this issue and was like, there's no triangle. Like, Dorothy is my sister. She sees Dorothy as a sister, and Nengi is someone he's attracted to. So what at all is the problem? Like, there's no issue here. I don't know why Dorothy has carried this whole thing in her heart and is even yelling at this poor boy as if Ozo has done something wrong. Ozo never talked about Nengi. Ozo never discussed Dorothy with Nengi. Like, Ozo never had that time. Ozo was loyal to Dorothy to the core. He never said awful stuff about Dorothy to Nengi. He never discussed Dorothy to Nengi, But Dorothy used to discuss Ozo with Prince, Katrina, and Lucy, But because he is quiet, it looks as if Dorothy wants to act like an angel. There was this tweet I saw, and it's the truth. The person said, Dorothy is just looking for something to justify her anger, that Ozo didn't find her attractive physically. All this shalaye stems from that. Didn't Dorothy discuss Ozo with Prince, Katrina, and Lucy? Dorothy did all of that. But right now, look at her. She's just sounding as if Ozo is the most horrible person she's ever met in her life. This person said, you watched the show at all? Everything Dora told Ozo, he told Nengi. And this person says it's the other way around. Of course, it's not true. Also, never discuss Dora with Nengi. If you are going to say stuff, you have to bring videos to prove it. There was nothing like that. Ozo saw Dorothy as a sister and was never ready to even discuss Dorothy with Nengi. This person says, truth is, also never discussed Dorothy with Nengi. So where's all this anger coming from? As for Dorothy, her anger is one. She liked Ozo for real. Like, she wanted to continue enjoying all the attention and everything. So when things turn around, she thought like her advice to Ozo, when she was telling Ozo, ignore Nengi, Nengi is playing a game, Nengi is not going to help. She thought Ozo was going to take that advice so that she can have only Ozo in her corner. But then Ozo didn't take it. And still went ahead with his friendship with Nengi. And that's where her frustration is coming from. We all know this for a fact. Look, Dorothy doesn't like Nengi. And that's a fact. Dorothy doesn't like Nengi. She can never like Nengi. And for whatever reason, she's the only one who knows why. This person says, also never discussed his and Dorothy's issues with Nengi. So I'm shocked at the anger. Of course, Dorothy is just overreacting. And trust me, I'm 100% superior. Me, I am an Ozo girl. I support my boy Ozo to the core. And I am never in support of Ozo continuing his friendship with Dorothy. Ozo should end everything now. It's not necessary. Because Dorothy has a different mindset altogether. Dorothy could have been diplomatic about this whole thing and not be all emotional about it. She could have been diplomatic and gone like, oh, okay, I used to advise Ozo, but he never took my advice. I guess maybe the love he had for Nengi was so strong, so he just went ahead for what he wants. The heart always knows what he wants. And you just can't be diplomatic. You have to be this childish, seriously. I'm not shocked anyways, because when you look at what Dorothy did in the game, I'm not surprised she's yelling and ranting and saying all sort of stuff at the union. Guys, share with me your comments in the comment section. Thanks for listening. Subscribe for more.